right, greetings. Kev, Donnie, and Roger here, and you have been pulled into the Black Dimension. Thank you for tuning in, and if it's your first time here, please go below that screen and hit the subscribe button and hit that like button for us and hit all notifications. All right, we are here to discuss the Injustice animated feature. Um, it was, I mean, for DC animation, it was not bad, but I'll explain what my view is because I've read the comics, well, some of the comics, and I played both video games. And we're here to do a review and discuss. And spoiler warning, by the way. So if you haven't seen it, and you stop this video right now if you don't want to be spoiled and go watch it. It's streaming on HBO Max at this time. So what's going on, Donnie?
What up? What up? What up? Let's get this review in. I like this film. I mean, how did you feel about it?
I was okay with it. A couple things happened differently, but like I just mentioned, like I played the video games and I've read some of the comics. I would say like if I could choose the best form of media for Injustice, I probably would choose a video game, and I probably would put this animated feature at the bottom. Is you know I just was looking for more since Injustice was such an incredible storyline elsewhere. And I understand, you had to take some elements of the comic and the game itself, and you had to squeeze it in into like a feature that was barely over an hour long. But like I said, it was such a deep, dynamic storyline to the point where I was just looking for more. I was kind of like there's quite a few deaths in this, and I was disappointed in some of the deaths, but it kind of made sense at the end of the day. And for those of us who have kept up with the comic lore, you notice some things changed. Like one thing I did notice is this particular, I would say, universe of the DC multiverse thought they were the number one universe. There instead of Martha Kent, there was Jonathan Kent, um, and a lot of the deaths were switched around. Like the Flash, although I believe he's like survived most of Injustice, was killed off very quickly. But what did you think? Did you feel like some of the death was cheap, or was it appropriate to the story?
No, I felt like some of the deaths were just fun watches, fun kills. In these type of things, I typically try not to compare the comic or the game because it's always different. So I tend to enjoy the story for kind of really what it is. I like the dynamic of Injustice in general. I really thought uh, Joker was going to make a lot more smart, snide little comics, kind of like he did in Injustice, but or in the game and in the comics. But I just enjoyed this overall. Like I just enjoyed the storytelling. I even liked the end. So for me, it was a win. I was a little disappointed about how the Flash died, but
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted to be more creative. I guess I should have said more creative, because simply put, the Flash shouldn't die by a speeding object being hurled at him. He should have been able to see that, duck it real slow, like the first Spider-Man movie, and he'd still be alive. But it is what it is.
Yeah. Just I guess they just wanted to give that sense of no one is safe, and also like when Superman killed the Joker and decided, hey, all y'all are just gonna not fight and be safe, or else. How it split up the Justice League, and that was done kind of differently. I would say one like Aquaman. Aquaman just bowed out completely, but it seems as if like the heroes that bowed out, he was imprisoning them, especially Mister Terrific in particular. And yeah, I am kind of glad that they incorporated Mister Terrific into this story because you can see a more accurate version of Mister Terrific. But Yeah, man. I think this what in particular this animated feature right here fits in with how the pace of the DC animated universe has gone. So
Yeah, yeah. And I've recently been going back and watching them all. Um, I mean, I still think they're doing great with the animated series. I do want to see a restart to after Apocalypse, Justice League Dark. Right. I want to see another. I want to see what happens when the Flash go backs and resets the Flashpoint. But yeah, I mean, as a whole, I wouldn't even say this is the worst one. I think Bloodlines is.
I wouldn't say this is the worst one. I would just say this is probably at the bottom of the injustice totem pole. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little partial to Solomon Grundy. You know, I like the Hulk-like characters, and they just kind of polished him away. And I was like, damn, I thought Grundy could come back from stuff like that, but they had killed him off the entire thing. I guess to help the story move along. But the heroes after Superman killed the Joker, they weren't playing like at all. But what's up, Roger?
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Okay, so what did you think of the Injustice animated feature?
I thought it was decent. I'm gonna say that. Scale of 1 to 10, I give this about a 7, 7.5, something like that. It was good. Story was cool. Um, thought the presentation was okay, but it didn't feel quite as gritty as I think it should have been. I'll just say that it seemed. Um, I would have preferred a slightly darker tone
Slightly
with this
darker,
particular
huh?
film. Yeah, I would have.
Mm.
I would have. 'Cause, I mean, it's Superman losing it. You know, he he can put the world in a really bad situation really quick. I appreciated him going into, and this is gonna sound funny, but I appreciated him going in there, killing all those innocent people that was dancing. I can appreciate that to show the effects of what happens if Superman just absolutely loses it. So I can appreciate that, but it was definitely a good film. I would definitely recommend people to see it, but I just needed a little bit more. That's all.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of feel how I feel. You were just looking for a little bit more because even the final fight scene from Superman Universe One versus Superman here that's just messing everybody up and killing folks. I feel like it was kind of sudden, like out of nowhere, just bam. And how they stopped him ultimately was a Lois Lane from another universe. So Mr. Terrific was that smart. But well, I guess one scene in particular that I did like was the Mazo fight because it was like a Mazo. I mean, aside from the whole killing Cyclops and Hawkman, like just polishing them off like they were like almost like they were nothing. Um, I like the way that the heroes like, okay, look, we'll just go ahead and we'll work together to take this SOB out, and then there's whatever afterwards. So I like the character development there, like the fact that the heroes pretty much still had pretty much all of their character, even though some bad decisions had been made to split them up. They always still had the resolve to do what was best for the greater good. But after which Superman was determined, yeah, I'm gonna take y'all in still. I don't, but it was like if they had to go get another Superman. How you defeat Superman unless it's another Superman? But,
Which was a good call. I thought that was a pretty good call. And Wonder Woman, she she threw me for a loop because she was down with Superman and everything he was willing to do, but then she kind of changed up once he killed them kids. I think it's like, come on now, that was kind of an easy change up. So
mm-hmm.
I would have
Yeah,
wanted her to stick with him just a little bit rougher than that. One bad incident, eh,
Yeah, because I
Okay,
mean, think about it. He just lost the love of his life, and she was pregnant. And then, like, shortly after he accidentally kills her because of the Joker's fear toxin, she tries to give him the nookie. So,
hey
I
man.
mean, this Wonder Woman was kind of like, zero F's given, but I mean, so I
If
get where you're
Lois can
coming from,
take it, so can she.
but it just, like I said, it just shows that everybody has a line. I mean,
Absolutely.
and then wasn't she killing folks too?
No, I don't think they ever showed her actually killing somebody.
I don't
No.
know. I think just go back and watch. I'm pretty sure that a lot of the heroes,
Listen,
once Superman went that route, they didn't mind going that route themselves. You know, but
yeah.
uh, but short form. This is the short form of like I said. Donnie said that he didn't like comparing the comic book. I'm just like, well, it came from the video game came from the comic book, and this animated feature came from both. So I think it'd be a fair comparison. Did the animated feature do, the original forms of immediate justice? I would say not really. It was just like you said earlier. I was looking for just a little bit more, but it's I guess you only can do what you can do in this in that confined amount of time. But it still did the job. I mean, it had. If you're a fan of violent gore and cartoons, Injustice is it's still kind of medium. Like they show the blood. I'll say that they show the blood, but not something anything like real graphic, not like Mortal Kombat. But yeah, I mean, just the whole nobody safe feeling when you watch these things. I think that that's also an attraction, but you can't win with just violence. So is I would if I were to give it a score, I would probably put it around maybe a 7 myself. I would. 7 is about fair.
Okay. And now I will say that I can appreciate Damien killing Dick Grayson, but I don't think a kind of enough was done on that end. I mean, to see a little kid, well, not little kid, but to see him actually go kill Dick Grayson, I think was a nice touch, but it didn't make a whole lot of sense in the way he did it to me. Okay, I would have, I would have liked a better kill than that. It was a good kill, but the fact that Dick wasn't expecting it, and when he catches it all the time, and or he blocks it all the time, and he just let it go with that particular situation, that felt a little forced to me. It did feel a little bit forced, but you know,
Yeah,
you can only get so much, I guess.
yeah, and from the way they had played it off, that was played off as an accident, like almost as if he didn't mean to kill, but was willing to compromise his values because, in his mind, Superman was right. So, yeah, I get what you're saying on that. But definitely, I would say that Injustice is worth checking out. Of anything, if you're a fan of the DC universe and their animated stuff, which they have done pretty good. Like Marvel is starting to compete somewhat, but the DC animated films have pretty much a stronghold as far as the animation rivalry, and this is a good contributor, I would say, as far as films are concerned. The animated features.
Absolutely, absolutely. I don't think there's anybody who's gonna sit down and watch this film and not actually like it. Okay, it's really gonna be how much did you like it? Because you're gonna compare
Mm-hmm.
it to other things in your mind. That's really what the situation will be. How much you like it in comparison to other things. Because the film itself was good.
All right. Okay. So it's definitely worth checking out. And you've heard it here on the Black Dimension. Injustice, really good feature. And it's got the stamp of approval from myself, Donnie, and Roger. Even though we may have, even though it does have its issues, and a couple of inconsistencies here and there, I mean, you know, it's okay. I believe that they can get away with the inconsistencies because they still produce a pretty good product. So there it is. Anything else, Roger?
No, I guess that'll be it.
All right. This is Kev, Roger, and Donnie, and you have been pulled into the black dimension. Good luck finding your way out. Till next time.